Good morning and welcome to your Ignite News for Tuesday, April 12th. I'm Lily Jordan.
And I'm Matthew Marconi. Here's what's making news.
Prime Minister Stephen Harper is dealing with a spending scandal as he heads into tonight's English language leaders debate. The Canadian press revealed that a draft report suggested the Tories misinformed Parliament about millions of dollars spent on the G8 summit. The report by Auditor General Sheila Fraser found that much of the money was spent on dubious projects in a riding held by Conservative Cabinet Minister Tony Clement. The debate starts tonight at 7. The opposition leaders are expected to attack Harper over the issue. The Tories still hold a commanding lead in the polls.
Mohawk College was the scene of a crime this week, but it was all part of the lesson plan. Ignite News reporter Natalia Bravo was there to lay down the law.
Sir, can you take your hand out of your pocket?
A police student is trying to calm two men who are arguing over a parking spot at Mohawk College.
Sir, step away from the vehicle!
This situation seems to get out of control, but this time the student can actually have time to think, then react. This can be done through a judgmental simulator that teaches students the real-life situations they can encounter when they're on patrol. The new simulator that is being introduced into the Police Foundation's program at Mohawk College offers a unique and real-life experience of a non-duty officer. Mohawk College is believed to be the first institute to offer this futuristic simulator that will potentially attract more students. Mohawk Dean Paul Armstrong says this is an opportunity for students to experiment in different scenarios and enhance their learning.
So this simulator allows us to bring together all the aspects of the previous training, the previous theory, and integrate it all into one scenario opportunity that allows them to bring all the learning into one place and to simulate activities at a level that would never be possible without actually being in a real situation.
Students are the main benefactors of the simulator, and as Police Foundation student Jonathan Restrepo describes it, they're prepared for the workforce.
The equipment that they bring in now is a good experience to have because it's like a setup of the things you're gonna experience out there. So when they go out there, they're gonna be prepared for everything.
Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Natalia Bravo.
Starting May 1st, victims of crime can get assistance from the government. The province announced Sunday that it will spend $900,000 to help victims and their families. The Vulnerable Victims Family Fund will help cover travel costs related to court appearances and make sure interpreters are available during criminal trials. The money for the program will come from the province's Victims Justice Fund, which comes from court-imposed provincial offenses and criminal code fines.
The nuclear crisis in Fukushima has gotten a little more serious. After raising the severity level, the nuclear plant is now ranked on par with the 1986 disaster at Chernobyl. The rating was lifted from 5 to 7, which is the highest level on an international scale, overseen by the International Atomic Energy Agency. However, Japanese officials say that the radiation leakage amounts to just a 16th of radiation put out in Chernobyl.
The death toll has risen to 12 and the injured to more than 200 after a bomb was set off in a subway station in the capital of Belarus. Officials say 2 male suspects placed a radio-controlled bomb under a bench of a subway station in Minsk. No claims have been made to the bombing. However, the president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, told officials that foreign forces could be behind the explosion.
Jaywalkers be warned. Hamilton police have launched a full-scale hunt for pedestrians disobeying the law. The program began at the beginning of the month and will run until the 1st of December. Sergeant Terry Lynn Collings says the goal is to reduce the number of collisions involving those on foot. Last year, there were 129 motor vehicle collisions involving injured pedestrians, 4 of which were fatal. The maximum fine for failing to use a crosswalk or disobeying a don't walk signal is $50.
Hot food and refreshing drinks took over Cobb's Coliseum on the weekend. Ignite News reporter Irfan Al-Kalani gives you a taste of the story.
Whiskey, wine, beer, spirits, food, and desserts. The selection was endless for the 10,000 people that attended the 6th annual Hamilton Food and Drink Festival.
We tried a beer sample and the honey beer over there, which is different, but we like it.
The best thing is trying this new shot. It's the pickle chaser that goes with the actual Gibson's Finest, and it's something different. I've never tried it before.
I tried some coconut shrimp at Koi, and it had the best sauce that I've had since I've been here. It was delicious.
Food and drink vendors introduced new trends to visitors' mouths.
We decided this year to do something a little different. We're doing a skewered shrimp and a bamboo shoot sugar cane, doing it with the spiced rum from Kirkwood Group with a little bit of brown sugar.
In spirits, spiced rum. Spiced rum is the hottest new category. Premium spirits, tequila.
Healthy eating was also on the menu.
A lot of people don't know that mushrooms are actually really good for you. They're a good source of riboflavin, niacin, copper, pantothenic acid, and selenium. They're also the only vegetable that has vitamin D.
With its ever-increasing popularity, Hamilton's Food and Drink Festival was moved from the Hamilton Convention Center to Copps Coliseum. There was an educational element to the show. Mott's Clamato had a seminar showing people how to mix gin and vodka and a history behind the spirits. The entertainment wasn't just limited to your taste buds. Live performances included cover bands playing classic hits and a violinist reworked current pop music. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Irfan El-Kalani.
The Hamilton Police Action Team have seized 70 guns in a 4-week initiative. There were 33 long guns and 37 handguns taken during the project, examining 69 cases where people failed to register a firearm license. Many gun owners failed to properly register their permits, but in other cases, the owner was in a nursing home or dead and the new holders misplaced the documentation. 2 cases of theft have provoked investigations. One included a gun that is suspected of being used during a crime in Toronto.
Commuters along the QEW in Burlington and Oakville are getting some congestion relief. Ignite News reporter Maureen Cavanaugh tells us more.
I'm giving you an offense notice for using the HOV lane improperly.
I was driving in the diamond lane and I was unaware that it was a 2-person lane rule.
The new expansions along the QEW are high occupancy vehicle lanes. They're most commonly referred to as just HOV. Only cars carrying 2 or more people, electric cars with certified green plates, buses, and emergency vehicles can use them. The consequences of violating the lanes are harsh. It's an automatic $110 fine and 3 demerit points off of your license. The OPP says there has been a steady flow of HOV offenses since the opening of the lanes. The HOV lanes were planned 8 years in the making, and early reviews of them are mixed. During the planning process, the provincial government did consider simply adding another regular lane, but they realized early on that HOV was the most efficient way to go.
But what the evidence shows us is that if you turn it into an HOV lane, you increase the number of people that are able to use the highway by far more than 25%. You increase the capacity in a cumulative way, because each car that goes in the HOV lane's got 2 people in it.
More and more HOV lanes will spread across Ontario's busy highways. Hectic commutes may soon be a thing of the past. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Maureen Cavanaugh.
Medical mistakes can be tragic, except when the patient has the ability to come back to life. Thanks to state-of-the-art technology at Mohawk College, nursing students can learn from their errors without risking their patient's health. Ignite News reporter Matt LeBlanc has the diagnosis.
Pain for a couple of hours now.
Lifelike, educational, innovative, and even creepy. High-fidelity mannequins might give you nightmares, but could one day be responsible for saving your life. The Mohawk McMaster Institute for Applied Health Sciences has been working with the simulation dolls for several years. With the educational success shown, the health sciences program is ready for a revolutionary change.
I would love this whole facility that you're in now to be a mini hospital where we have each room that has a center. So for example, I showed you a room that we're working on, an obstetrical room where we go from birthing to the neonatal care to the postpartum care, an OR room.
At first, people were afraid of highly sophisticated technology. Getting the mannequins to be part of the curriculum was a 3-year process. The trainers needed training of their own. After a bit of getting used to, students become excited about the opportunity and get a chance to have fun while getting hands-on experience. How are you today?
Doc, I feel like I could die.
The high-fidelity mannequins give students the opportunity to work on something that's more lifelike without the risk.
Go away.
The mannequins are so realistic, they have replaced clinical training and have been given positive feedback from students.
Simulation is really fun. It's a really fun way to learn skills. It's a really fun way to make mistakes. It's a safe way to make mistakes, so that's the biggest draw, is that students can learn, make mistakes, and then come back and do it right the next time and feel so much better about themselves.
The cost of the high-fidelity mannequins can reach up to $70,000 compared to the $35,000 for low-fidelity models. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Matthew LeBlanc.
Should teachers and students be friends on social media sites like Facebook? Ignite News took to the halls to find out what students think.
I totally disagree with that because it becomes a conflict between the student and the teacher. So let's say later on something worse to happen between them two, they can put that against either one of the two parties, right?
Yeah, I think they should be friends because if they communicate like on Facebook, they can know each other better, and so I think it's good.
Depends how weird the conversations are and how hot the professors, I guess.
Friends, actually, after the graduation, they have to keep contact with their professors to get experience from them and to keep contacts in the work field. And if they face any problem, they have to ask them to solve it.
Well, it all depends on the student and what he does outside of school, and then he can choose what teachers he wants to be friends on Facebook. So I think it's okay.
I don't really think there's a huge problem with it, but say if something were to go wrong, or like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Pretty Persuasion with Evan Rachel Wood, but she wound up saying that the teacher molested her. If something like that were to happen, it looks really bad on the teacher.
Rapid Transit is displaying draft designs for the Hamilton Light Rail Transit. They're looking for more public feedback on the design. Ignite News reporter Owen Thomas has the story.
Rapid Transit has released a computer-generated video and detailed drawings of what the LRT will potentially look like. The new designs have addressed some major issues put forth by businesses downtown. These include a vehicle traffic lane, improved parking access, and loading areas.
Well, we've identified where properties are affected in that way, and then we're sort of zooming in and looking at particular solutions which may be appropriate for those areas. And that's part of the work that we'll now be doing over the coming months, looking at the best way of solving some of those issues which are raised.
In the downtown area, the tracks will run on the south side of King Street along Gore Park and include a shared vehicle and LRT lane. Most of the B line will have a segregated area for the LRT. Rapid Transit is working with the Business Improvement Association to tackle other issues.
Construction is obviously something that can make or break a business depending on how long it is. And we want to make sure that there's proper programs put in place so that these small businesses who, struggle on a day-to-day basis to stay afloat are going to be okay in the end of all of this.
The BIA says feedback from businesses overall has been positive.
The feedback I've gotten from people is that it'll be used as a catalyst for investment, and that's definitely something that Hamilton really needs for downtown.
The design will see slight modifications after collecting additional feedback from residents and business owners.
It's important that we understand and hear from as many different people and parts of the corridor as possible so that we can make sure that the design most accurately reflects what the City of Hamilton needs.
The current estimated cost for the B line is $130 million, but that may change with design revisions.
Well, as part of the study work that we're doing, we'll get those comments in, revise the design, and then we'll do some detailed costings of the project.
For Ignite News, I'm Owen Thomas.
Now let's take a look at what's coming up in weather, entertainment, and sports.
Hi, I'm Michelle Littler. Coming up in weather, I'll let you know just how long these sunny skies are sticking around for.
Hey there, I'm Lucas Lubin. 3 Maple Leafs are headed to the World Finals, so they will most likely be spending some time in the gym. I've got those names and so much more coming up for you guys in sports.
I'm Julia Gelfand, and coming up in entertainment, the Stereos are at the studio, and the last pub of the year is approaching fast. So stay tuned for your entertainment because we've got all that and more coming up.
Here's a look at our top stories. Prime Minister Stephen Harper is dealing with a spending scandal as he heads into tonight's English language leaders debate. The nuclear crisis in Fukushima is now on par with Chernobyl, and the Hamilton Police Action Team has seized 70 guns in a 4-week initiative. Sunny skies are disappearing soon. We have our weather reporter, Michelle Littler, outside of the studio. How does it look out there right now, Michelle?
Hi, Lily. It's a beautiful spring day out right now. A little chilly, but no need for toques or mittens. That's good news. Have you gotten bored of the snow yet?
I don't miss the snow one bit, but I'm really hoping you're giving us some good news today.
I do have some great news on the weather forecast for today. Let's take a look around the region. The sun's trying to poke through the clouds in certain parts of the area to bring higher temperatures for the rest of the day. Windsor will see mainly clear skies this morning with temperatures at 4 degrees. London looks very similar with sunny skies and some cloud. It's a little cooler at 3 degrees. Heading over to the Golden Horseshoe, Toronto currently sits at 4 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Niagara Falls has the highest temperatures of the morning at 5 and variable cloudiness. And outside our studio here in Hamilton, it's a beautiful sunny day and it's 4 degrees going up to 9 this afternoon. Looking at the 24-hour forecast for Hamilton, in the evening we'll see some cloudy periods. Temperatures will be a little warmer than this morning at 6. Overnight we'll have the same variable cloudiness and temperatures cool to 4 degrees. And tomorrow morning we'll have some isolated April showers and temperatures of 5 degrees. Now taking a peek into the 5-day forecast, tomorrow in the Hammer we'll have isolated showers with a high of 11 and a low of 4. Thursday we'll see the highest temperatures of the week at 13 with a mix of sun and cloud. Taking a look into this weekend's forecast, Friday's conditions will be very similar, but the temperature drops a bit to 8 degrees and a low of 1 degree. Saturday we'll see a high of 11 with a low of 5 and bring some light showers to the weekend. And it looks like Sunday the April showers will continue. Temperatures drop with the precipitation to 6 and a low of 2 degrees. That's it for your weather. Now let's head back in the studio for Lucas with your sports update.
Thanks, Michelle. It's an honor. That's what 3 Maple Leaf players were saying yesterday after they accepted invitations to join Team Canada for the World Championships. Leafs captain Dion Phaneuf, defenseman Luke Schenn, and goalie James Reimer are all heading to Slovakia for the World Championships. Leafs forward Phil Kessel also got an invite from the red, white, and blue side. He decided against it, though, saying he's had a long year and just wants to relax. All hustle from his teammates, though. Those guys were invited for solid reasons. Phaneuf posted 8 goals and 22 assists since the All-Star break. Schenn pegged 5 goals and 22 points on the season. And hotshot rookie James Reimer had a .921 save percentage in 37 games. It all starts with Canada against Belarus in 17 days. Heading to the Diamond last night, Mariners versus Jays, not what T-Dot was looking for in this one. I'm not going to make any jokes about the Jays being blue, but I'll say straight up, losing after a 7-run lead is disappointing. But the Mariners battled back in the final 3 innings to take the win, final score 8-7. Milton Bradley was just playing games with them last night, hitting a solo home run in the 7th inning for Seattle. And like Kanye West says, from there, it all falls down. Luis Rodriguez put the cap on it, clearing 2 runners at the bottom of the 9th to end the game. Checking out the hardwood, the Raptors were dealt another loss last night. Milwaukee made a sweet brew with Brandon Jennings. The 21-year-old star is super hot. His super fast play was just too much for the undermanned Raptors. Jared Bayless beat out 20 points for T-Dot in the game. He also beat himself up a bit for his 6 turnovers. Toronto shot 23 free throws before halftime. The Bucks hit only 11. But getting to the line in the second half was Toronto's weakness. They just could not get there when it counted, and it showed on the scoreboard with a final score of 93-86. Sorry, Toronto. And last Tuesday, we talked about Team Canada battling for the World Men's Curling Championship lead. 1 week later, we can say Jeff Stoughton and Team Canada are this year's champions. They won on the gold medal stage on Sunday, and in doing so, shattered a TSN television record. 1.4 million viewers tuned in to watch the gold medal game. This made it the most watched curling championship of the world in the history of Canadian television. Now that's all I have for you in sports today. Now we'll hurry hard over to Julia for your entertainment update.
Thanks, Lucas. The Casbah, in association with DJ Octopus Army on CFMU Radio, are working hand in hand with the Canadian Red Cross of Hamilton to host a Raise the Sun benefit concert for the people of Japan. The Casbah thank you in advance for all of your support. This event is open and welcomes all to join in and see live music performances from Luke Doucette, Melissa McClellan, The Reason, and many, many more. The concert is set to take place tomorrow night, April 13th. Tickets are $20 with a showtime start of 8 p.m. Doors will be open at 7:30, and tickets are still available at thecasbahlounge.ca. The Vanishers' CD release of Hagersville Dance Party will be performing their hits this Thursday, April 14th at Rivoli in Toronto. In case you missed out or are unable to attend, you'll find the boys rocking the stage here in Hamilton at This Ain't Hollywood on Friday, April 15th. The show is set to start at 9:30 p.m. The CD hit stores today with copies available on iTunes and at both CD release parties. With a name like the Vanishers, I doubt we'll be seeing any signs of disappearing. Breaking out strong, we hope this is the start of something beautiful. This seems like a busy week for the venues of Hamilton. The Stereos, a Juno-nominated group known for their musical style that won their claim to fame on Much Music's Disband series, are taking over the studio this Friday, April 15th at 8 p.m. Formed in Alberta, the band, who formerly went by the name Stand By Me before realizing they may face copyright infringements, have been together since 2006. The band's music combines elements of hip-hop and pop, which creates a polarizing rock sound geared towards the teenagers of the new millennium. We expect to see the studio rocking loud and hard with guest appearances from Neverest and Eric Solomon. Tickets are still available online at ticketmaster.ca. And finally, last but not least, Mohawk College's last pub of the year. Exams are already underway and it's time to take a break. In light of the hard, grueling weeks of exams here at Mohawk, we can give you an excuse not to leave your bed. Well, your pajamas anyways. And tomorrow night is, yes, you've guessed it, it is Pajama Pub. Ladies are free all night with guys free before 10:30. So bring your pillows, blankets, or housecoats and let's throw down slumber party style. We hope to see you all there for another successful end to another successful school year. Now here's a look at what's coming up this week around Mohawk College. Stuttering a little bit.
Hi, I'm Natalia Bravo. This week in your community calendar, we have a special event that's taking place tomorrow. Day of Pink, it's an international day against bullying, discrimination, and homophobia. This is why Mohawk College is organizing outdoor activities with students and faculty members from the Child and Youth Worker Program here at the Fenno campus. Now let's check out more what's coming up in your community calendar.
This Saturday, April 16, a tribute to our troops will take place at the Renaissance Banquet Center at 5 p.m. The event will feature live music, dinner, dancing, and a silent auction. Also, Jazz in the Hops is coming back for a second time. The Mohawk College Student Big Band, Mohawk Music Faculty, and members of the Hamilton Music Collective are performing interactive concerts to elementary school children at 4 lower city schools from April 29 to May 4. This is an opportunity for students to try out the instruments and experience live music. And finally, Rush is rocking Cobb's Coliseums next Tuesday, April 19. They will feature the Moving Pictures album live, which includes rock classics such as Limelight and Tom Sawyer, along with their classics. The show starts at 8 p.m. and tickets are available at ticketmaster.ca.
And that's all for your community calendar. Now let's head back to Julia.
And that's all from your world of entertainment. Now let's head back to the desk.
The new Hamilton Farmers Market and Central Public Library are now open for business. Ignite News reporter Maureen Cavanaugh has the story.
It's so bright, open, and white. That's the first impression many people have when walking into the reopened Hamilton Public Library Central Branch and the Hamilton Farmers Market. Glass walls bathe the two facilities in warm sunlight no matter how cold the outside gets.
For the summertime, if you had a chance to look at the glass windows, those will all open up, every other one, so that it will be an all open market area and selling stuff on the street.
Traditionally, farmers markets and libraries are thought of as belonging in old, dark buildings with little, if any, artistic flair in their architecture.
In the library of the future, the ideal library should feel like an iPod or an iPad. It should have that clean, crisp look to it. And I just sort of raised my hand and went, yes, because that's, to me, the look we were trying for and the look we got.
And how has the public reacted to the renovations?
New, shiny, and improved. It looks a bit like the Apple Store now.
I think it's amazing for Hamilton to have this space that everybody in the downtown can come and enjoy.
It's just it's a great place. Yeah, it's a little tight.
It's really bright and airy. The only thing I don't like is I was just going through the aisles and we were all squishing through.
The grand reopening ceremony was packed. Nearly 300 people attended the ceremony, and as the day wore on, that number did not dissipate. Instead, the crowds grew with the customers at the market and regulars at the library that have been using the facilities since their opening in December. As you can see from these chairs, the library is offering new lounging areas, and with these lounging areas comes a wide variety of services like self-checkout and the automatic return system. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Maureen Cavanaugh.
And that's all your news for Tuesday, April 12th. I'm Lily Jordan.
And I'm Matthew Marconi. Thanks for watching, Mohawk.